There's nothing you can't write about. Nothing. I bet you can write a story on how you met your best friend. You can also write a descriptive paragraph about your living room. Yeah? Can you do that? I think you can. If I gave you 15 minutes and I say, in 15 minutes, the world is going to explode, can you write a paragraph about your living room? If you do that, nothing will happen. The world will not explode. Can you do that? Of course you can. You can also write about what you don't know, because writing about what you don't know is a way to learn, is a way to do research. So, for example, maybe you know nothing about insect neuromechanics, yeah? But you could still write a blog post titled, I spent 20 hours researching how bees fly. Here is what I discovered. You can do that. So as long as you're honest, you can write about anything. This is a problem. This is a problem because there is too much choice, too many choices. So you may feel, okay, I could write about anything, so what should I write? It's like if I say something like, tell me a story, and you're like, what stories should I tell you? Like, you need to find some constraints. And my personal solution is this. I write about what excites me, what I find exciting. When I wrote Any Language You Want, my first tiny book, this one here, it's a book, if you don't know, it's a book of stories on personal stories on how I learned English. Before writing that book, I started writing another book called How to Learn English. And it was a practical manual for language learners, okay? With no stories in it. And I abandoned the project after, I think, a couple of 100 words because it wasn't exciting. It was all too dry, too soulless, too boring to write. And I thought, why am I doing this? Like, if I'm not having fun, why should I write a book if I'm not having fun doing it? So I abandoned the project. Then this idea of writing a book for language learners came to me while I was running, and it was a hell yeah idea. It was like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to write this. This is exciting. I find this idea of writing my own stories on how I learned this language, my second language, I find it very exciting. And the enthusiasm, the excitement never faded while I was writing the book. So if you don't know what to write, find the constraint, and the constraint should be, what it should be for me is excitement. If you're not excited about what you're writing, forget about it. It's very hard to write what you're not excited about, what you don't find inspiring, motivating, what doesn't fill your spirit, what doesn't awaken your spirit. But now, exciting is not enough. It is not enough to write about something exciting. What you write must also be useful. So, useful, what does it mean? What does useful mean? Useful may mean many things. It might mean entertaining. It might mean motivating, informative, inspiring, engaging, educational, amusing. It may mean different things. So you may be thrilled to write about your latest trip around the world, or your latest trip to Africa, or about your grandmother, But who will that be useful to? So who are you helping by telling these stories? You need to help someone. Why? Because readers don't read books because you wrote them or because you worked hard on your book. Readers don't buy your book because you worked hard on it. This is what I'm trying to say. Readers buy books because they think, they hope, or they expect to find something useful for them. When was the last time you bought a book to please the author? Like, unless the book was written by your kid or by your mother, you don't read a book because someone wrote it and you want to please the author. You read it because you want to find something, you expect to find something useful for you, right? This is what we read. Even if it's like useful doesn't mean to, it doesn't necessarily mean something practical, something self-help, for example. It could be a history book, the history of your country, but it still must be useful. So, and useful in this case is informative. Like you want to find out more about the history of your country. So, exciting, find something exciting. If you don't know what excites you, here is a tool that you can use. Hell yeah or no. I don't know if you've ever heard of this philosophy by Derek Sivers. It's simple. And here is my suggestion. Make a list. Make a list of 100 topics. 100 topics 100 books that you might write. Title the list. 100 tiny books I could write. And you write this list without judging any of the ideas that you come up with. Some of these ideas may be stupid, may be impossible, may be whatever. Don't get attached to these ideas. Don't judge them. Don't judge them. Some of those ideas you will repeat some of those ideas because it's inevitable, right? 100 is a big number. So after you finished, you go through your list and you apply this tool, hell yeah or no, which is, it's simple. If the idea doesn't make you go, hell yeah, I want to write this, it's amazing, I would love to write this. If it doesn't make you go like that, forget about it. Forget about it, because it will be very, very hard to sustain the writing of that book. Once you find some, then use your intuition. But as I said before, it doesn't have to, like, exciting is not enough. Find a way to make it useful for the people you seek to serve. Who are the people you seek to serve through your book? Who is your audience? Your audience may be anyone, like anyone. I mean, it could be a book about, what did I say before? Your grandmother. Okay, your relationship with your grandmother. How to help other people. I don't know. Remember their grandmothers? Not sure. Okay, I'm making things up now. So you find a way to make it useful for them, because you write for yourself, because the experience of writing a book it's great. Believe me, I've done it. I know people who've done it. It's great. It is really an achievement when you publish your own tiny book, no matter if it becomes a bestseller or not. It's a self-development activity. It's a thinking activity. You will become not an entirely other person, but it's a very enriching learning experience, and it's an achievement. You see your, like, this is my name. I'm like, wow, I made this. I made this. It took me 1 year to make this. And I'm proud now. This. And secondly, you write for a specific group of people. A specific group of people you want to serve. Forget about writing Atomic Habits. It's too, like, don't expect that. Don't expect to go viral or anything. We can talk about marketing another time. But you help, I mean, this is what I did. I tried to help language learners with this book. So that was my target audience. Does this make sense? I think it does. I mean, it's how I approach, it's how I'm approaching my second tiny book. And guess what? It excites me. I'm writing about these things, these very things. I'm getting very meta here. So how to write a tiny book that helps others. Tiny book author. There's a tiny book in you waiting to be written. It'll be out sometime this year. And I'm talking about these things in the book. Why? Because it's exciting. I like talking about these things. It's a way to, to inspire other writers. It's a way to help other people believe they can write, believe they have a message to share, and also it's a way for me to learn. It's a way for me to be useful. That's what it is. And of course, I love writing. I love putting down my stories. It's a book of stories because I must get personal in my writing. I told you, it's the way, I think it's what motivates me. It's what makes me feel human, right? Make it useful. Make it exciting. No, exciting first for you, useful for others. But the precondition is excitement. It must be there. I hope you can, can do anything. I hope that this is useful. This video was useful. Jump on my private email list if you want. Better Writers. Link is below. I'll see you in the next video. Start writing. Start writing because you have a message to share. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're a writer and you want to improve your writing or you want to keep improving your writing, consider joining my private email list, Better Writers. I send one short email every week. I share tips, insights, things that I learn, book recommendations to help you do one thing only: become a better writer. The link is in the show notes or in the description of this video. Thank you for listening once again. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.